Okay, so this is our module 8 for the week 7. So we have linear regression and correlation. Okay, so again, this is just an introduction to linear regression and correlation. So don't worry if ever shallow lang yung discuss today kasi nga sa math in the modern world, this is just an introduction. So you will know more about linear regression and correlation on your statistics or Math 200. Okay, so here are our um, objectives. So first, we have understand the methods of linear regression and correlation to predict the value of variable given certain conditions, and then use normal distribution and show appreciation in the use of mathematics in everyday life. So, but as for today, I'll be discussing, or we will just have the first objective. So, about linear regression and correlation. Kasi nga, ito pa lang dalawang to, napakalawak na siya na topic. Okay? So, first, we have the linear regression. So, what is linear regression? So, linear regression, this is being used by mostly by the researchers. So, if we want to predict something or if we want to know the impact or influence of a factor to an independent or to a dependent variable, then we will use this linear regression. Okay, so researchers in doing their studies often wish to know whether two variables are related. So the researcher may then wish to find an equation that can be used to model the relationship when variables are determined to be related. So collection of the data is the first step to do this. And then if you want to know the relationship or if you want to create a model or an equation, then you need to use linear regression. Okay, so regression analysis is used to predict the value of a dependent variable based on the value of at least one independent variable. So in research, I know you have already experienced doing research, quantitative research during the senior high, tama? Okay, so your quantitative research, in doing research, you need to have your dependent variable and your independent variable. Okay, so we say dependent variable that this is a variable being affected by the independent variable. So explain the impact of changes in an independent variable on the dependent variable. So ito na nga. And then, so again, this is the dependent variable, the variable we wish to predict or explain. And then the independent variable is the variable used to explain the dependent variable. Okay. Here we have the simple linear regression model. So if we have only one independent variable, that's x, and then the relationship between x and y is described by a linear function. So if we say linear function, we can draw a straight line between them. Okay? Para sa relationship nila, may straight line tayo na madodraw. And then, changes in y are assumed to be caused by changes in x. So, syempre, if may relationship yung dalawa, kung nag-change yung isa, so definitely mag-change din yung isa. So, may effect. Okay, next we have these types of relationship. So, we have the linear relationship. So, ito yung linear relationship, yung nasa left. And then, ito naman yung curvilinear relationship. So, as what you can see here, we say linear relationship, we can draw straight line between them. And then, curvilinear relationship, syempre curve ang madodraw natin. Okay, we also have this types of linear relationship. We have here, dito sa left side, we have the strong relationship. So, ito. And then dito, weak relationship. So, bakit kaya? Okay, so as what you can observe here, meron tayong strong relationship if ever yung mga points dyan are very close to that one straight line. Okay?
May third party kasi sa weak mo, tatlo yung goal.
Okay? And then, ito namang sa weak relationship, nakikita natin yung mga points dyan ay malayo, medyo malayo siya dyan sa straight line na na-draw natin. Okay? So, kaya may weak na relationship. So, the more the data are close to the linear or this line being drawn here, then the strong the relationship is. If ever naman ito masyadong malayo yung iba dito sa line, then may weak relationship sila. And then you also have this types of relationship. So ito, no relationship, ito din. Though ito, closer sila doon sa line na nabuo natin, pero wala talaga dyan silang relationship. Okay? So kapag nakadraw ka ng horizontal line, then ibig sabihin yan, walang relationship. Okay? And then you also have this, balik tayo dito, sa types of relationship. So say with the slope, kasi itong linear regression is somehow related to the slope. So if the line is going to the right, then we'll have the positive slope. Then we have positive relationship. If ever naman the line is going to the left, so kagaya nitong sa baba, going to the left siya, then meron tayong negative na relationship kasi may negative yan na slope. Okay, so again, going to the right, that's positive. Going to the left, that's negative. Okay. So this is now the simple linear regression equation. So ito yung kukunin natin mamaya. So we have here y sub I is equals to b sub 0 plus b sub 1 x sub I. And we also have here y equals to mx plus b or the slope-intercept form. Pwede rin yon. Or pwede din siya na y equals to a plus bx. Pwede din siyang ganyan. So actually marami siyang form. Okay? So dito sa discussion natin, pwede siya ganito. So y here is the estimated or the predicted y value for observation I, y sub I. And then the b sub 0, this is the estimate of the regression or the intercept. And then b sub 1 is the estimate of the regression slope. And then the x sub I is the value of x for observation I. Or we can also have this, itong nasa gilid. B is equals to y minus ax. Okay, para pagkuha natin kay B. And then itong si A, pwede kasing ito si B sub 0, pwede yan siyang maging A. A plus B sub 1x. So, depende siya sa book na ginagamit. Okay, so here. Ito. B sub 0 is the estimated average value of y when the value of x is 0. And then B sub 1 is the estimated change in the average value of y as a result of a 1 unit change in x. Kasi mamaya, kapag nakuha na natin yung equation or model, we can use that model in any value of x na. Okay, so may example tayo dito mamaya. Okay, so we also have here, so as what I've told you kanina, pwede yung equation natin na maging y equals to mx plus b or the slope-intercept form of a line. So that is what we call the least square line. So the least square line has two components. You have the slope m and the y-intercept b. So we will solve for m first and then solve for b. So ito na yung mga formula nila. So m is equal to n times the summation of the product of xy minus the summation of x times the summation of y all over n times the summation of x squared minus the summation of x, and then you need to square it. So that is how we can solve for m or the slope. And then to solve for b, we have the summation of y minus, here m is the slope, and then times the summation of x all over n. N is a total number of data. Okay? So, I assume alam na natin paano mag-solve ng summation. Okay? So, if it's summation, i-add lang yan lahat. Okay, next. Okay, we have here an example. So, for X, we have the number of chimpanzees. And then we have Y, the percent successful hands. Okay, so here, our X is the independent variable, is our dependent variable, and Y is our independent variable. Okay, so number of chimpanzees, that's X, and then percent successful hands, that's Y. So para ma-solve natin yung equation, para makuha natin yung si M at saka si B, so kailangan natin gumawa ng table first. So ito na yung table. So we have here xy, x squared, y squared. So para makuha si xy, all you need to do is to multiply the numbers of x and y. So 1 times 3 naging 30. 2 times 45, that's 90. 3 times 51, that's 153. 4 times 57, that's 228, and so on. Okay, so that is our xy. For x squared naman, just square the values of x. So we have 1 squared, that's 1. 2 squared, that's 4. 3 squared, that's 9. 4 squared, that's 16, and so on. And then for y squared, just square the values of y. So 30 squared, that's 900. 45 squared, that's 2025. 51 squared, that's 2,601, and so on. Now find the summation. Okay? So if we say summation of x, just add all the values of x. So we have 36. Summation of y, add all the values of y here. That's 449. Summation of xy, add lang itong lahat ng numbers dito. That's 2,249. Add lang din lahat ng values ni x squared. Then you'll get summation of x squared, which is 204. Add lang din lahat ng entries ni y squared. Then the summation of y squared is 26,541. Okay, now solve for the equation. So yan, pwede na natin ma-solve si M. Okay, so para makuha natin si M, so we have N. So again, N is the total number of data or entries. So count natin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So may 8 data tayo lahat. So yan. Kaya 8 ang nandito. 8. Summation of xy. So summation of xy, that is 2,249. So doon natin siya nakuha sa table kanina. Minus the summation of x, which is 36. Summation of y, that is 449. All over. N again, N is 8. The summation of x squared, this is 204. Minus the summation of x again, the summation of x is 36 and then squared. Then if you have your calculator there, then you can solve for this one. Okay, so pag solve nyo yan lahat, then the answer will be 5.4405. So that is our M. So remember, we are trying to find this one. So again, this is also a linear regression equation, y equals to mx plus b. And then for b now, since we have our M, so we can now solve for b. So the formula for b, we have the summation of y minus m times the summation of x all over n. So we have summation of y, that's 449, minus the value of m. So the value of m is 5.4405 times here the value of the summation of x, which is 36, all over n, that is 8. So if you will compute this, then the answer is 31.6429. Now, substitute this m and b dito sa equation natin. So we have y is equal to the value of m is 5.4405x plus the value of b, which is 31.6429. Okay, so this is now our linear regression na equation. Okay, so here we have wait. Okay, yan. So now, since we have our equation now, then we can now make predictions of y from given values of x. So yung x dito, kahit na anong value na yan. Okay? So here, so this means that our line starts out at 31.6429. Kasi nga dito kay b, sa value ni b. So yan, dyan nagsa-start yung line natin. And the y values increased by 5.4405%. Kasi nga, kapag yung x dito, for example, 1 ang x dito, so same lang yung value niya. Kapag yung x dito is 2, so kumbaga, nag-i-increase siya ng another 5.4405 kasi dalawa na yung times 2 na siya dito dahil sa value ni x. Okay, so that means that the y values increased by 5.4405 percentage points for every one chimpanzee that joins the hunting party. So to test this out, let's predict the percent hunt success for 4 chimpanzees. So what if our X is 4? So ito, 4. So we only need to substitute 4 here dito sa X. So kaya dito sa baba nakikita nyo Y equals to 5.4405 times the value of X which is 4 plus 31.6429. So kapag i-compute nyo yan, the answer is 53.4. So kumbaga, kapag may na-add na 4 chimpanzee, so yung success ng pag-hunt will become 53.4%. So yan na siya. Giging ganyan na siya. So yan, next. We have here another example for simple linear regression. So you have a real estate agent wishes to examine the relationship between the selling price of a home and its size. So the size of the home is measured in square feet. Okay, so a random sample of 10 houses is selected. So therefore, our dependent variable here, Y, is equal to house price in $1,000. And then our independent variable, which is X, is the square feet. Okay. Here, example, we have this data. Okay, so the house price in $1,000. So we have 245, 312, and so on. And then the size of the home in square feet. Okay. So here we have, first we can also have, here's the scatter plot. So all you need to do is to graph the given. So here we have 245. So again, this is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. Itong sa baba. So we have 245. So our y or our x is 1,400. So maybe this is 1,400 and our x is 245. So kaya nandito siya. 245 yan. So ito yung graph niya. And then 1,600. Yan, 1,600. Then yung y niya is 312. So yan. 1,600 and then 312. So estimate lang ito ha sa pag-graph ng ganito. Basta pwede niyo siya mag-graph. Okay, yung given muna. So dyan pa lang you can draw the straight line. So nakikita na may relationship sila because you can draw straight line going to the right. So may positive na relationship. Okay, so now here. So using the steps we had kanina, so all you need to do is for dito, find muna x, y. So multiply first the values of x and y. And then square x squared. And then you have square y. So then you'll get y squared. So square nyo yan. And then i-add lahat ng sagot. I-add ang lahat ng sagot kay xy. I-add ang lahat ng sagot kay x squared. And then i-add ang lahat ng sagot kay y squared. And then i-add din lahat ang values ng x at saka ang values ng y. So kapag nakuha na yan, then you'll get this equation. Okay, so may guide naman kayo yung kanina. Okay, then upon solving, then you'll get 98.24833 plus 0.10977 square feet. Okay, so now here b sub 0 is the estimated average value of y when the value of x is 0. So here, no houses had 0 square feet. Di ba? Wala man talagang house na 0 square feet. Kasi kapag may house na nabuo dyan, then dapat may part of the land na siya na nakuha. Okay, so kaya walang bahay na may 0 square feet. So B sub 0 is 98.24833. So this just indicates that for houses within the range of sizes observed, $98,248.33. So bakit naging ganito na siya? Kasi nga in $1,000 man yon. So all you need to do is i-multiply lang ito by 1,000. So magiging 98,248.33 na siya. So is the portion of the house price not explained by the square feet? So yan. So yung kanina, so di ba yung sabi ko kanina, we can draw the straight line here. So makikita na natin na meron talaga silang positive na relationship. So, kaya naging ganito. So, again, itong 98.24833, makukuha yan siya upon solving, yung kagaya kanina. And then, this is now 0.10977. Then, we have the square feet. Okay? So, itong si 98.24833, this is the B. And then itong si 0.10977, this is the slope or yung M kanina. And then yung square feet, this is the X or depende kung ano yung ibibigay na X. Okay? So, here, si 0.10977 naman or the B sub 1 or the slope, yung kanina, measures the estimated change in the average value of Y as a result of a 1 unit change in X. So, same talaga siya kanina kay M or the slope. Okay, so magdedepende yung value ni house price dito kay square feet. Ito, constant na talaga itong si B. Ito siya nag-change. Magdepende siya kay square feet. Okay, so for example, we want to predict the price for a house with 2,000 square feet. So, here, so upon applying, so 98.25, hindi na sinali yung ibang ano. So using the 2 decimal places, so 98.25 plus 0.1098 times the square feet. So yung ipipredict is 2,000. So kaya 2,000 dyan. So 2,000 multiplied by this one plus 98.25, then you'll get 317.85. So this means that the predicted price for a house with 2,000 square feet is 317.85. So again, this is in $1,000. So times $1,000, then you'll have $317,850,000. Okay, so yan na yung price niya. Okay, so ganyan siya pag-predict using the linear regression model. And then here, next is we have the Pearson correlation coefficient. So itong si Pearson correlation coefficient, this is being used if we want to know the relationship. Kasi yung kanina, si linear regression, ginagamit siya if we want to predict. Okay, we want to predict the dependent variable using our independent variable. Ito naman kay Pearson R, so dalawang factors naman, gusto niyang i-measure yung relationship ng dalawa. Kung ano ba yung relationship nila, strong ba, weak ba, moderate lang ba, or gano'n. Okay, so ito yung formula ni Pearson R. So we will solve for R. So we have the summation of x sub I minus the mean of x times y sub I minus the mean of y. All over the summation of, all over the square root of the summation of x sub I minus the mean of x squared times the summation of natanggal. And then we have the summation of y sub I minus the mean of y, we have the square. Okay? So here, itong si R, this is the correlation coefficient. X sub I, we have the values of the X variable in a sample. So yung lahat ng values ni X. And then yung may bar dyan na X, that's the mean of X or the average of X. And then Y sub I, values of Y. And then Y bar, that is the mean or the average of the values of Y. So again, our R here, your answer should be between -1 and +1. Kapag nag-solve kayo nito, tapos yung sagot nyo is greater than 1 or less than -1, then your answer is wrong. Okay, so yung anything, kahit anong number ang nandito, yung sagot talaga ni R is between -1 lang siya up to +1. Okay, so ito na yung range niya dito. So if you'll get an answer 0.9 to 1, whether it is positive or negative, then you'll say very high. Very high yung relationship. So kung positive, then very high positive correlation. Kung negative, that is very high negative correlation. So kung 0.7 to 0.9, kung positive, that's high positive correlation. Kung negative naman, that's high negative correlation. Kung 0.5 to 0.7, then that is moderate positive correlation. Kung negative, that's moderate negative correlation. 0.3 to 0.5, we have low positive correlation. Kung negative naman, low negative correlation. And then kung 0.0 up to 0.3, that's negligible correlation. Okay? So here, if we say positive relationship, then we'll say na yung dalawang variables, they are going on the same direction. So kung nag-increase si X, dapat nag-i-increase din si Y. So that's positive relationship. Kung negative naman ang yung relationship, opposite yung direction ng dalawa. Kumbaga, kung tumataas yung isa bumababa. Kung ito yung tumataas, ito siya bumababa. Okay? Kung sa positive na relationship, kung pataas yung isa, pataas din yung isa. Kung pababa yung isa, pababa din yung isa. So that's the positive na relationship or correlation. Okay? So, meron din siyang sa scatter plot. So, positive correlation, still going to the right. So, that's positive correlation. This is negative correlation. And then ito, no correlation. Kasi nga, kung mag-draw tayo ng line, masyadong malayo yung mga dots. Okay? Sa line na madodraw natin. Okay, example, find the value of the correlation coefficient from the following table. So, nakita na natin yung formula kanina. Okay, so we have here our X here stands for the ages, and then Y stands for the glucose level. Okay, so we have 6 subjects here or 6 participants. So we want to know if may relationship ba yung age sa glucose level ng isang tao. Okay, so here we have now, so doon sa formula, nakita natin kanina, we need the values of xy, x squared, and y squared. So almost the same with what we are solving for linear regression. Okay? So yan. So xy, just multiply the values of x and y. So 43 times 99, so that's for xy. So 21 times 65. So ito na siya, magiging ganito na yan siya kapag na-solve. Okay? 43 times 99, that's 4257. 21 times 65, 1365. Now, let's find x squared. So, for x squared naman, i-square nyo lang yung values ni x. So, 43 squared, 21 squared, 25 squared, and so on. So, magiging ganito na yan. Okay, kapag nag-solve. Then, we have y squared. So, para makuha si y, then we have just square the values of y. So 99 squared, 65 squared, 79 squared, and so on. So magiging ganito na yan. So ito, kompleto na yung ano natin, yung table natin. Okay, so here, we need to find this summation. So the step 5 is add up all the numbers in the columns and put the result at the bottom of the column. So, yun yung summation. So, again, if we say summation, i-add lang lahat ng entries na yan. So, add lang, i-add lang. So, ito. So, i-add natin ito lahat, then we'll get 20,485. I-add natin ito lahat, 11,409. I-add ito lahat, then we'll get 40,022. So, dito naman kay X, pag i-add yan lahat, that's 247. For Y naman, kapag in-add yan lahat, 480. Okay, so again, same lang siya doon sa step natin kanina kay linear regression. Okay, so after nyan, substitute na lahat dito sa formula. So ito yung formula para makuha si R. Okay, so we have N. N is again the total number of participants. So yung N natin kanina, we have 6. So that's why put here 6. And then summation of xy, so yung summation ni xy is 20,485. So ilagay dyan, 485, 20,485 minus the summation of x. So yung summation ni x is 247. And then yung summation naman ni y, so nandito we have 486. All over the square root of n. N is 6. And then summation of x squared. So summation of x squared is 11,485. 409. So, dito siya ilagay. Minus the summation of x. Summation of x is 247. And then, naka-square yan. Times naman kay n. N is 6. And then, summation of y squared. Summation of y squared is 40,022. Minus the summation of y. Summation of y is 486. And then, is square. So, yan. Kapag isolve niyo yan using your calculator, then you'll get 0.529809. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin yan? So, yung sa range kanina, so, yung nakita natin, so, kung balik tayo doon sa range, so, again, yung answer natin is 0.59809. So, ano na natin? 0.53. Okay? So, kung balik tayo kanina, okay, 0.53. So, if we say 0.5, so, may moderate positive na correlation. So, may moderate na positive relationship yung age at saka yung glucose level ng isang tao. So, ano pa yung pwede nating kunin na inference or findings natin dito? So, the range of the correlation coefficient is from -1 to 1. So, our result is 0.5298. So, if we will multiply this by 100, then we'll get the percentage of 52.98. So, this means 52.98%, which means the variables have a moderate positive correlation. So, yan. So, kumbaga, kapag tumataas, since positive naman yung relationship, kumbaga, kapag tumataas na yung age ng isang tao, tumataas din yung kanyang glucose level. So, ganun yung pag-interpret ng sagot. Okay, so that's the end of week 7. So, yun lang for week 7 for the correlation and linear regression. So, yung normal distribution naman, so I'll spend, ano na lang, sa normal distribution, somehow simple lang naman siya. Same with yung mga frequency distribution. So anyways, doon sa modules nyo, marami namang links doon, then you can visit those links if you want to study more on the normal distribution.